Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well. Gotta adjust this camera a little bit. My phone did an update and I am not impressed with what it did to my camera settings. But anyway, watch for that if you use your phone for multiple things. So I am headed to FedEx and post office to drop off a bunch of packages. When I started out, I was pretty determined that I was going to do nothing but Amazon FBA, but as I kept researching FBA, I'm still doing it. I'm still getting a bunch of checks, as I mentioned before, and I do have a shipment I need to box up. It's got some really large items. They're not heavy, but they're bulky, so I have to get some big boxes at Lowe's. But anyway, I've been really focusing the last couple weeks on eBay while it was raining, and then the weather turned and got good again, so I had a bunch of jobs scheduled for as soon as the weather turned good, and so now I've got customers wanting me to get up there and finish staining their fence and putting the railings up and things like that. So been running too much and haven't done any videos. And then, like I said in the last video, I got a new vehicle, so I've been getting another one ready to sell and getting that one set up to do what I want it to do. So all kinds of little stuff, too many irons in the fire. But I am kind of, my first goal on eBay is to become a top rated seller. So right now I have my handling time set at 2 days. I haven't had any problem hitting that so far, and I've just been listing because I have the dollar amount that I need, but I need 100 sales, and I believe I'm at 28 right now. So I've got to get those sales to 100 so that I can get that top rated seller listing. I don't know how much it will affect my volume of sales, but the discounts are obviously worth it. Hold on just a second, I'm gonna go drop this off it. Okay, I'm back. So when I first started out back into reselling, I was like laser focused on Amazon FBA.
See these stories in the main.
And the main reason that I was that way was I was really hoping to be able to move. I don't really enjoy living in the city, but unfortunately I think I've got about another 6 years of it. At that point, my wife can do early retirement from her job, and then she can move wherever, and I've stuck where she needed to be for that the last 17 years. So I guess I got to put up with a few more, and then we can move somewhere I'd rather be out in the country. But anyway, the reason FBA is, the main reason FBA was so appealing to me was, you know, you send it and you forget it basically. They take care of it. You know, you can update pricing if you want, things like that. But in general, once you source that item and you get it shipped in, you're done, hands off, no storage, no nothing. And organization is not my strong point, so that was just a really appealing, easy way for me. Plus you could, you know, travel, leave, do whatever, and Amazon's still going to sell your stuff. And that's a huge benefit, but the profit margins on a lot of items I was running into just weren't there to make it worth it. Whereas if I sold them on eBay, the profit margin was there. So I started looking into that, or items that were restricted. And what I started to see, I started to watch Craigslist Hunter a lot. I started to look at what Global Voodoo does. Craigslist Hunter actually recommended a podcast called Scavenger Life, and Ryan and Jay on there have an amazing setup. And it's more of a system I can work with. Chris Lynn at 10K on the Bay, the guy's a machine. He's he has a lot of good advice. He's doing a lot of good things. He's looking at building things very quickly, and that is a viable option if you've got cash and time. I have not as much cash to go in, and I do have some time, but it has to be kind of spread out. I can't just do it all at once because I make decent money doing the job I have now. I'm just trying to phase out of it eventually. So what Jay and Ryan do on Scavenger Life is more of, they have done more of a slow build. It took them a few years to get their process built up, but now they just keep feeding it and it keeps pumping out cash. So that's kind of what I've been focused on. I put an ad online, and I actually ended up getting someone who wanted me to list some consignment. The first thing they wanted was VHS tapes. They're not the greatest sellers, but there is some money to be made there, and I'm just splitting it with them half and half of the profit. So it was a way to get some inventory built up without outlaying any cash, and it has generated some traffic to where I have sold a few of those, but I've sold a lot of other stuff in my store, and I think having the new listings popping in every day has definitely helped that. I'm not sure how the whole eBay algorithm works, but I think active stores get better rankings. So I've gone and got some box lot stuff at an auction that I used to go to all the time that ended up by pure, I wouldn't say by accident, but items that I picked a few items in the box lot I was going to use and that I needed for the business and bought them, and then all the other items around them I was able to sell because I was able to pick them up for just a couple dollars an item or $1 an item, and those items have been selling. So I've been selling, I mean, I only have 100 items in my store. Now I actually have less than that because a couple have sold, but I've only got around 100 items, and my sales have been coming in on the weekends, which I'm sure is probably kind of normal, and I have a wide variety of items, but and I keep trying to get more variety as well. But you know, I just shipped out 4 packages, and they've come in over the last 2 days. So not a bad sell-through rate, and if I can keep that up with items that have a little bit higher profit, these ones only have anywhere between $3 and $5 profit, but I've got a bunch that are, you know, $80, $100 profit if I can sell those. So, and I did sell one of those earlier this month, but that's why I've kind of switched my focus, is just because from a couple of those YouTubers, Craigslist Hunter has a store, so he never shuts his down. He has a brick and mortar store and a partner, so I'm sure they just take vacations at different times and then they just continue as normal. But sellers like Jay and Ryan and Ryan Roots, they go vacation mode, change their handling time out to 30 days, and they go on vacation, they get orders the whole time they're coming in, and then they just know when they get back they have to ship in 2 days. You know, they just got to bust it out and ship nonstop. So that's kind of what my plan is just get that built up, and then I'm able to leave for, I don't plan on leaving for 30 days anytime soon, but I could leave for 7 or 10 days and just, you know, let the store be on autopilot and ship when I get back. So once I learned that that was possible, then the higher margins on eBay made it a little more appealing than just focusing on Amazon. So now I just source for both at the same time. If it's something that looks like it'll move quick and go, you know, be gone, I do it Amazon. If it's more something that may be long tail, but the profit's there, I do it and I'm listing it in my eBay store. If you listen to Jay and Ryan on Scavenger Life, I'll put a link in the comments for this on the description for their podcast. They do it on YouTube as well. You know, they have over 5,000 items now. For a long time, they had 4,000. I've been listening to back episodes of their podcast. They had 4,000, but they were, you know, in the busy times they were getting $2,000 a week, and the slow times they were getting, you know, 700-800 a week, which those numbers work for me. I just have to get the inventory built up first. So I'll go more into it on the next video, just kind of giving you an update on. I had a couple people message me and even send me emails saying, hey, how's the Amazon FBA stuff going? And it is still going, and I did set up a new channel that just has stuff about my reselling. It's got links to my eBay store, and we're kind of going from there. So until next time, hope y'all are doing great, and keep sourcing, keep hustling, and if you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll keep updating as I go forward. Have a great one.